Whoa! Oh my goodness. It's Trent Takes On 2.0, and I'm back for that Monday show that I promised. It's really late for me. I never record this late. Not never. That's not true. Sometimes I do. It's just rare, and that's okay. The wife and kids have gone to stay with the in-laws for a couple days. So with the house, to myself, what did I do? Cleaned out the garage, sprayed the whole thing for spiders and insects, and then put it back together. And that took about 2 hours longer than I wanted it to. Because it always does, doesn't it? It always does. But I managed to sit down and do this. So here we go. I have 26 minutes left in this wonderful, what do you call it? Allotment? My month-long allowance of time. Ooh, awesome. Let's rock. This is Trent Takes On 2.0. I'm the Trent from the title of the show. Oh my goodness. 26 minutes remaining. What am I going to do with my time? Nothing happens in this country ever. Nothing at all. It's just the same thing day in and day. Oh my God. Lord help us. Lord help us. Since last we talked, the World Cup ended. Spain was victorious. Argentina, let's just say that their players and coaches had some adverse reaction to losing in the final. Displeased. It was quite the show of unsportsmanship. Unsportsmanship, is that the thing? Non-sportsmanship? Dissportsmanship? What's the bad sportsmanship one? Is it just bad, or is there a prefix? I don't know. I've been speaking English my entire life, and I still haven't mastered it. But hey, that doesn't stop me from getting along. The last time I was on, I talked about the ongoing war in Iran. Did I talk about that? Did I talk about that? I talked about Trump's address. That's what I did. I did the Gettysburg Address. I think I mentioned the war in Iran, which has revamped and is going again because. Whatever. I just, today I wanted to talk about what the media is discussing as the Democratic Civil War. Apparently there's a civil war in the Democratic Party. I didn't know. The mainstream or, what do you call them? Institutional Democrats. The kind of more moderate wing of the party, which is most of it, by the way, is really, really mad at the progressive wing and the Democratic Socialists of America, the DSA people, the Working Party's family, blah, 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 Working Families Party. Blah. Easy for you to say, Trent. The establishment Dems are really disappointed in the non-establishment Dems. And of course, the non-establishment Dems are pointing at the establishment Dems and going, you're the ones that put us in this position, which, to be fair, they did. I don't think this is necessary. That's my take on it. I got to listening to, I listened to Fast Politics with Molly Jong Fast. And every Sunday, she has on Rick Wilson of the Lincoln Project and the Enemies List. And he is, an super anti-Trump, actual conservative, former Republican. I don't know if he's calling himself former or not yet. He probably should. But Rick is not exactly liberal. He's just pro-democracy. And I appreciate that about him because you have to be pro-democracy whether you win or lose. You still have to believe in democracy and you still have to uphold it if you can. And he's doing the best he can with it, just like the rest of the Lincoln Project folks. Now, they don't like democratic socialists and their crazy democratic socialist ideas. Crazy, quote unquote crazy. The ideas that the rest of the world function just fucking fine on. Those ideas, like universal health care and paid family leave and workers' rights and, siding with labor in disputes over profit sharing and things like that. Real socialist stuff. Things like social safety net, like Social Security and Medicare. Real fucking terrifying programs that America absolutely loves. Awful stuff. Awful stuff. Want to know what else is socialized? The military. Yeah. There's no private military. That's a good thing. You don't want the military privatized. It'd be bad. I don't want some guy going, well, I want him to do this or I'm not going to sign their paychecks. We don't want that. We want a military that follows the civilian chain of command and that follows the law. We don't kind of don't have that right now, but it is what it is. That's a social program. How about firefighters? Firefighters are a socialist program. Everybody pays for them. It's not like they don't show up at your house and you have to write them a check before they start putting out the fire, or you call them as the paramedics. They don't charge you up front. They don't run your credit card before they administer CPR. You don't want that. You don't want that. Socialized medicine, it's the same thing. We don't like, the system we use right now, it's not particularly functional. For a long time, I existed on HMO health insurance, which basically means don't get sick or hurt and you'll be fine. And then I've upgraded, the family has PPO insurance, which used to be like front of the line PPO insurance. You get to hop to the line. You get to visit your specialists. It's all good. We're going to take care of you, but not anymore. Now the new PPO is the old HMO. I don't even think the old HMO exists. And then there is no new PPO. There's no secret head of the line. You're all fucked. That's the new one. YAF. You're all fucked. That's the new health insurance model. It's not about PPOs. It's not about the old HMOs. Yeah. Socialized medicine takes that out of the equation, doesn't it? And it forces the healthcare profession to start focusing on things like prevention and cures. And yeah, that would be good. You want to focus on prevention and cures because those things are far, far, far less expensive than treatment for acute instances of illness or injury. So, we should all have nutritionists. We should all have physical therapists at our disposal, or trainers if you desire to get your body functioning just right. All those things should be available to us. That's good healthcare, and healthcare should be a right and not the privilege of the wealthy, or it used to be like the privilege of the middle class, and now, shit, we can't afford our healthcare anymore. It's out of control, and we're only. I'm not allowed to say how old my wife is. I'm 51. She's younger than me. Yeah, it's crazy. My eldest in the house daughter broke her toe. Just a broken toe. Stubbed her toe, broke the toe. It happens. This happens to lots and lots and lots of people. We're just hoping she doesn't lose the nail. Gross. Yeah, it's expensive. I took her to urgent care. Not the ER. No, God, no. Good God, no. Don't go to the ER unless you really, really have to, let me tell you. But that shouldn't be the way we think. We should be able to go to the ER when we're that scared and it not cost us like it cost me a few years ago, 4 years ago. 5 years ago, I went to the ER and I ended up with a $3,800 bill for some Malox and an EKG. We checked my ECG, electrocardiogram, Anyway, they checked my heart, and my heart is okay. And then they ran a blood test to see if I had had a heart attack, which was what I was there for. And I hadn't had a heart attack. I had an anxiety attack and maybe some gas. So they gave me some Maalox and a Tylenol, and they charged me $3,800. And it took me 12 hours to get all that done. The American healthcare system, ladies and gentlemen, it is shit. It is truly just shit. The Democratic Socialists of America, these progressive groups like that, like the Working Families Party, they're not out to destroy the Democratic brand. We're not. I'm a progressive. I wouldn't try to destroy the Democratic brand. I want to bring the Democratic brand up to speed with, I don't know, the rest of the civilized world would probably be a pretty good start. This toxic American exceptionalism that like we're the only ones that can do things right is one of the most fucking infuriating things that happens in this country. It's always been this way too. In America, we do things the right way. No, we don't. We sometimes do. Sometimes it's on accident. Sometimes we screw things up entirely. Sometimes we fuck up and then we just try to deny that we ever fucked up. We just roll with the punches. And that's why, the tobacco industry got to be where it was. Things are pretty crazy. And the Democrats' infighting is not helpful. When I watch videos put out by either side where they criticize the other side, basically like what Rick Wilson was saying on Fast Politics, which is really where I wanted to go with all this, was that Republicans may have the same kind of ideological problems, the same kind of, well, I don't like that, and I don't like this, I don't like this guy for doing that, but they settle it all after the elections. After they win, then they duke it out. In the world of Democrats, we eat each other through the primary season. Then you tack to the center to run in your primary or in your general elections, and then you get eaten alive again by your constituents if you want, because you've gone too far to the center. Because it turns out that the country is further left than center. It turns out, at least the Democratic Party is. Of course, the fascist right is really far right, which kind of skews the numbers. But when you look at it, these democratic socialists and these progressives and these crazy things that they want to promise, child care, health care for people, elder care. Oh my God, the horrors. We are going to fucking destroy the country with our taking care of each other. So fucking, they want to give away food. Oh, burn this fucking place to the ground. Meanwhile, the Pentagon is requesting an additional $350 billion a year. To get this from wax figure Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, to combat communism, both abroad and here on our own shores. Communism. This is where they are, guys. This is where they are. They're stuck. They're so far out there into fucking Crazyville that all they've got is commies and trans people. That's all they got. They're just going to sit there. They're going to call us all communists, and they're going to blame the Democratic Socialists, like Mamdani, who is already becoming one of the most popular figures in New York politics. If he's not already the most popular, he's pretty close. AOC's up there too. They like that Mamdani guy because he did this weird thing where he focused on what would make the lives of a lot of constituents better. And then he set about doing that stuff. And it turns out people really like that. Functional government. Go fig. The Republicans can't do anything. They don't know how to do anything. Why would you give them an additional $350 billion to wage war when they can't even do the one that they've got right. They're literally planning to attack Cuba before you know it. It's coming, guys. I fucking hate to say this to you. But there's going to be another war, this one in our hemisphere, and I don't know how much of a war it's going to be because Cuba is not exactly well defended. But it's another war of aggression that no one called for. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this shit, man. We don't want the wars that they're doing right now. We didn't want the assault on Venezuela. Holy shit. We want you to stop acting like complete assholes. That would be a cool start, Trump regime. Hey, I'm talking to you. Let's see if I could. I'm going to turn on my camera here and see if I can get this recorded. Turn it to video, flip it around. We're talking to you, Rubio, you piece of trash, sumbitch. I know that you've got this crazy hard-on to take over Cuba and be like the viceroy of Cuba or something. But dude, man, those are just people trying to live their best lives. They're trying to do their best. They're not hurting us. They never have. The Castro regime, they were aligned with the old Soviet Union, but the Soviet Union dissolved. I mean, why can't we normalize relations with Cuba? I don't understand. I'm never going to get this because it's, I don't know, it's fun to not normalize relations with them. That seems stupid. I just think we're missing an opportunity. We're always missing an opportunity. And we never miss it. And we never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. That's our style. Democrats are infighting when we should be just like, whatever. We just got to win. We just got to win. And the entrenched, the establishment people, the people who are in charge right now. Hey, if you don't update, if you don't come around, yeah, you deserve to get challenged. And that's the thing about the Democratic Party. We're never supposed to be scared of new ideas. We're never supposed to be scared of new options. We're never supposed to be scared of a different version of the future because that's what our party is supposed to be all about. That's what FDR made it about. That's what JFK made it about. I mean, Jimmy Carter doesn't get a lot of credit, but he tried really, really hard to forge a lasting peace in the Middle East, and he actually came closer than anyone else ever. What's going on in the Middle East right now is one of the big fissures in the Democratic Party, whether or not we should be supporting Israel. And the answer to that is, well, yes, we want to support Israel as the only democracy in that part of the world, but we want them to understand that warmongering and the genocide in Gaza are unacceptable uses of American tax money, of American weaponry, of American support. That shouldn't be that hard. Killing women and children there's just no care taken here. These are war crimes. Trying to eliminate every Palestinian from the Gaza region is genocide. That's what it is, pure, plain and simple. Now, there are Palestinian terrorists. There are hardliners within the Palestinian state. Yeah, they're responsible for October 7th, and that is fucking terrible, man. But don't lower yourself to that level and just kill indiscriminately in retaliation, and that's what Israel has done. And this war, this ongoing war with Iran that the United States is now in, is because of Netanyahu. Donald Trump is a weak, old fool. The Mad King is a fucking joke. Blah, 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 blah. Joke. Look at him trying to make the World Cup trophy presentation about himself. Bro, hand over the trophy and get the fuck out of the way. You didn't play 1 second of this tournament. You would have died instantly because it's soccer is far too athletic for you old fart. I also like to point out that they claim he's 6'3", 238, I think it is. I'm like 5'11", 238. Like, I weigh exactly the same, and I'm 4 inches shorter, and he makes me look like a slender reed. That guy don't weigh no 238 pounds, more like 288. Okay? Write it down. These people can't even be honest about the size of their waistbands. You know? I digress. He paints himself orange and has a silly Tippi Hedren from the Bird's hairdo. So, I mean, what do we expect? What should we expect? He lies to us every day, all the time. All the time. So, Democrats need to knock it the fuck off. Okay? Get together, sing kumbaya, whatever it takes. We have got to win this election, this midterm election. Get control of the House of Representatives at least, and ideally the Senate as well, because at least that way we can freeze any nonsensical judicial picks that he may have coming up. We got to win this election. We have got to win this election. And we need to take the Senate too. So we got to get together and we got to pull in the same direction. And if we want to fight over whether or not we condition aid to Israel, we can do that in January after we're seated. But for now, it's about getting the job done. Campaign, campaign, campaign. Rah, rah, rah. And then we get together and we do this right. Together. I do want to point out Graham Plattner, still asshole, has been replaced. It looks like they're going to make it official here in the next couple of days with former state senator, not federal senator, Troy Jackson, who is a logger. I believe he's a lumberjack, like a logger guy. And good on him. He is a progressive. He's kind of got the same credentials, just without the fucking baggage of being a jackass. So, there's a lot coming out about Plattner, about how they convinced him to run, how these consultants found him as their guy, and yeah, they didn't do their job properly, and that's why we are where we are. But you know, you say the same thing about those consultants that said it was okay for Joe Biden to run again. That was a bad idea. What an exhaustion. What an exhausting turn of events. I will be back later this week, actually. I do get the reset of my allotment of time in, I think it's 2 days or 3 days. So either Wednesday or Thursday, I get reset. And when I'm reset, I will throw down another episode this week. So that is coming. There's a really interesting stuff happening in the world right now. Congratulations to Spain, who I really don't like their national team, but you know what? They played well this tournament. They really did. They played some great defense from start to finish. And all right, fine. You win. You're the World Cup champions. Congratulations. I'll be back in a couple days. Until then, please. But wait, I didn't do the thing where I say thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. I really do appreciate it. Please share this with a friend. I say that. Not all of you are sharing. I'll do my walking. You're not sharing. I asked. You're not. You could do more. Sharing, that is, would be good for the show. Thank you. All right. That's enough of that. Thank you all so much for being with me on this journey. Please do share with a friend. Listen to Chris Walker. And I'll be back before you know it. Until that time, be good humans. It's the least we can do. And stay safe out there. Ciao.